When I was 10 in the early 50s, we had the polio epidemic. I don't think it was a pandemic, but people were getting polio and it was paralyzing them. And they were in an iron lung. I don't even think they have the iron lungs anymore, but they were put in an iron lung to breathe for them. And then they got the shot.
With the first distribution to health authorities of enough polio vaccine to inject 200,000 children, a vital phase has been reached in the campaign against poliomyelitis. Just a small prick from a needle, a small price to pay for the immunity which this vaccine can provide, for the promise of a future unclouded by the dreadful effect of paralysis.
I can't remember people, I'm sure they did, die from polio, but it wasn't anything like this that's going around. I'm worried about the coronavirus because it affects the lungs, and I have lung problems and heart problems, and my older son has some lung problems, and I'm worried about him.
My grandma is probably one of the strongest people that I've ever met in my entire life. She's gone through so much in her life, and I'm surprised that she actually is doing as well as she's doing right now. When I was a baby, my mother, which was her daughter, passed away from a drug overdose, and I ended up having to live with her, and she raised me all by herself. Because of this, I feel like we were so much closer, and I would honestly consider her to be my best friend. We currently live in Shreveport, Louisiana. The coronavirus cases here are much higher than they should be. So this has made me a lot more worried and anxious than I was a few weeks ago. I'm trying to take as many precautions as possible to prevent her from getting sick and to prevent myself from getting sick. Our whole family's trying our best to keep her as healthy as possible and keep ourselves as healthy as possible. And right now all we can do is kind of hope and pray that none of us gets it.